Hi, Patricia. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm good.
We are live on Facebook right now with our YogiFi followers. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time and sharing your feedback today.
I'm more than happy to. I've enjoyed the mat a lot. It's been great.
So let's start with a little bit of background about yourself and your yoga journeys this far.
Okay, I started yoga some time ago, and then I kind of got away from it for a little while, and I came back, and I've always wondered if I was doing right, even though the teachers do correct you. It's the foot placement, it's the hand placement. I've learned it's very important. I've learned that getting the feedback from the mat is just fantastic. I mean, it helps for the cues that you know you're doing something wrong. Sometimes I don't agree with it, but that's because I'm, stuck in my old ways sometimes. But it's great.
Absolutely. I have observed that when you engage your core and your quads and your glutes, the kind of feedback you would receive is different when you're just performing the posture without engaging those body parts. So, say like for
Right.
raised arms pose, you'll have to have like a equal pressure on the feet, the entire feet, and that only comes when you engage your core, quads, and all of the and your body in general.
Right, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. I do Pilates too, so they engage the core a lot. And it's like I have to constantly remind myself that I'll be getting more out of it if I listen to the cues and if I'm, involving my whole self, not just going through the motions, so to speak.
Oh, lovely. How was the meditation part, like this program flow itself, starting from the warm up and then where it takes you in stages in the complexity of the posture, like where it lets you hold for a little longer and then cools your body into meditation. How have you enjoyed the flow overall?
I have enjoyed the flow immensely because first just going through the program and watching them and then trying to do it myself and getting it right and then holding the pose for a while longer and then finally the cool down with the meditation. That's great because we don't tend to do enough of that. I know I don't. I just kind of, go through the motions and hurry up and get done. But I need, everybody needs to slow it down at some point.
Yes.
It's great to stop and think about things
Yeah.
and how you're feeling.
And having a tool
But
like this at home gives you the flexibility to practice and be more consistent with your practice. And the benefits of yoga comes with the consistent practice. So that's where our mission is, to ensure that this becomes a daily habit for our users and to make it as easily accessible as possible to people.
yeah, that's my goal, to use it daily, to come get up in the morning or in the evening, to use it daily. That's why I had thought about buying the mat to begin with. It wasn't just the idea that I'd learned more about yoga, it was the idea that I do more yoga, because sometimes I'm in a hurry and I don't take the time to do that. And it's very important, especially for flexibility and my balance, which as you get older tends to go away. It's harder time with it.
How has your balance been right now?
It's better now. I mean, I'm more aware that I have to press my foot all the way down. I'm more aware that I need to take my time when I'm doing something, and yoga is very good for that. Yoga is good for teaching balance. I'm not the best, but I'm working on it still. It's a work in progress.
There is a new program that will be releasing soon that is focused on regaining that balance. And it is from a teacher, Heather Gerde. She runs this platform for yoga for balance specifically. So we are very excited to launch that program too.
Oh, that'll be great. I can't wait for it. And, I look forward to the new programs that it constantly brings out. It's just great, and your customer service is fantastic. I've never had such great customer service. It's like people are hesitant about that, but you yourself have been very helpful, and any questions that I have been answered, either by messaging or I've talked on the phone to you, and it's great. I mean, the mat is not that hard to operate. It's great.
But knowing that there is a team behind you gives you a lot of comfort and confidence in the product. And that is what we have been constantly trying to project, that there's a company that stands behind you, and we want to walk with you on your YogiFi journey all along.
Oh, yeah. Greatly appreciated. And you don't find that in a lot of companies.
Yes.
I mean, it's to sell the product and that's it. But you guys have been awesome with that. And the programs you have brought out so far, the positioning and things have been great. I really appreciate it.
What has been your favorite program this far?
I like the Energizer. It's like sometimes I just feel I need that one, and then the relaxation one too. Those are two of my favorites.
Oh, yeah, I think it's the Stress Buster one, yes.
Sometimes after the end of the day, I just want to relax, and and then the meditation afterwards, that really helps.
Awesome. Yeah. And you are a power yoga practitioner, right?
Yeah.
And what exactly is power yoga in your terms? Is it like fast-paced yoga?
Usually when I originally started yoga, I was doing power yoga, which I love. But now, because of the time changes and the pandemic, the girl I normally go to is teaching a slower pace yoga, which is some reason is harder to do with the slower pace than I guess with the faster pace, because you're moving too fast, I guess, for me. But I enjoy the slower pace yoga sometimes now. It makes a difference for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Many of our customers might not know, but there is a setting in our app. It's a program settings wherein you can turn off instructions or turn off corrections. Like Energy Booster, you know what's coming next after almost 10 practices, even after 5 practices, because it's an established routine. So in order to move faster, if you turn off corrections and instructions and you already know the sequence, it just gives you that visual cues and the indicator, and then you can keep moving on the instructions at a faster pace if needed.
Right. I've noticed that on the settings myself. I've seen that.
Okay.
I'm working on doing the settings just because I'm very interested to get the feedback myself. And it's like when you score 100, you feel great.
Yes. And even that green ding, it makes you so happy.
Right. You're doing right.
So what is one thing that you would like us to add? And we are constantly working on the product and trying to improve what we bring to customers. What is one thing that you would like us to add?
I would think like maybe a longer program or something, maybe like a half-hour program, just once in a while, so I could do it a little bit longer. Other than that, I know they have talked about coming out with other things like Pilates and things like that. I'm looking forward to that too. I know it's a slower process, but I think it's great what they got out there now. So
yes, thank you so much for staying with us and supporting us. It has been coming to this point. We have focused on our hardware, trying to ensure all of the hardware is taken care of. And now we can move at a faster pace where we can generate more classes and the longer classes that you're looking for. That is our next step. And thank you so much for staying with us.
Oh, yeah, I enjoy it so far. It's great.
Is there anything you would like to share for someone who's trying to decide whether this is the right tool for them?
I would say it's a very good tool. It's for beginners. It's for people that have done yoga. Anytime you want to improve is great. And I highly recommend it. And I would, let my granddaughter or my daughters use it because, the feedback, especially for my granddaughter who's just getting into some yoga, before she's an athlete and she needs to do some stretching too. That would be fantastic for her. But it's a whole family affair. Even men getting into it would be great. they lose their flexibility too. They don't realize it. That's why there's so much back pain and things like that. But yeah, I'm all for it. Anybody who should be doing yoga.
Did
And
anyone
just
else try it out in your family?
not yet, but I'm encouraging my daughter to come over and try it. It's like we don't connect that often, that she's further away and she's working and I just retired, so I'm using it more. And then if she comes over, she's more than welcome to use it. And I'm going to try and encourage my granddaughter to come over and use it.
Okay,
So
excellent. Thank you so much for spreading the word and encouraging others to try it out. It really helps, expand our community. And as we expand our community, we grow as a family together. We can add a lot more challenges, and create a cohort to practice with. All of that we want to build in our community.
right, and it's great. You can take the mat anywhere. You can take it outside and practice yoga too.
Did you try it
That's
outdoors?
not yet, but I will. I open all the windows and open all the curtains, so I feel
That's how I like to practice as well. Now the weather is all good, so yes,
right,
just
right, yeah, yeah. It'll be nice to be outside with it.
yeah.
So
All right, Patricia, that's a wrap from us, and I really, really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for
thank
joining.
you. All
Bye.
right, bye.